Hi, Snake Petal Gang. It's me, Lavender. I'm back with another reading. Sorry about my hiatus. Let's get right into it. For my pile ones, we will choose your reading with the Labradorite Tower. Such a pretty crystal. My pile twos will be this tiny piece of Palo Santos. Smells so good. And for my pile threes, this really tiny Mystic Merlinite crystal. All right, so pile one, let's get into your message. We're going to choose today, what messages do you need to hear right now? All right, pile one, we got these Scales of Justice card. For my pile ones, what messages do my pile ones need to hear? We got the Magician, another major arcana. And we got two. We got King of Pentacles and Three of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Death. All right. The vibe that I'm getting from this reading here is that there may be a situation in which you're kind of unsure about needing to end in your life right now. There's this energy with the Two of Swords below the Death card. There's this type of energy about not being sure what direction to particularly move in when it comes to possibly an ending or something that needs to kind of be put to an end here, or at least kind of changed around. There's a tiny piece of lavender here stuck to the Magician card. I don't know if that's a fragrance or a herb that you may have been working with lately. But might be something to look into for any of your divination methods. Lavender might be a cool thing, or ritualistic methods to maybe incorporate in it. Or there may be a little message there in regards to a way that can help you right now. But what I'm seeing for zodiac signs, we have Scorpio, we have Gemini, Virgo, we have Libra, and we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could have any of these prominent placements in your chart, or possibly any of these transits going on with these placements that may be affecting you at this time. So I'm feeling like this ending may be possibly in regards to some sort of skill set, some sort of financial aspect or career area. But this could also be in regards to an individual who may be very career oriented or be very put together, kind of come off in that way. But I'm seeing that you are putting up boundaries when it comes to needing to cut this particular situation out. With the Justice card here, it talks about removing energies that are no longer needed, swiftly removing them from your life. I feel like there may be an aspect of manipulation when it comes to this. Maybe someone might be getting in your head about ways and why this actually isn't good for you. But I think that the tell sign of whether this is good for you or not will definitely be the way that you feel, that the situation makes you feel in the long run, and those little itty bitty feelings that you get that maybe hide beneath the surface. Ultimately, I think if something is good for us, we will know in our heart and soul it won't be poisonous to us. It won't feel like we need to have so much armor when it comes to protecting ourselves from this. Now, this could also be a situation in which you yourself feel that you may want to make some sort of career change, and you're having a little bit of trouble maybe pulling the trigger on that. Because with the Three of Swords here, and the Two of Swords, I kind of feel like you're a little bit in your head about what decision to make, how to move forward, and maybe thinking that you don't actually have all the gifts necessary to be able to do so. But with this Magician card here, I assure you that you actually do have all the skills necessary to make this a reality. I would like to maybe pull a little more on the Three of Swords. A little bit more on the Three of Swords here, please, Spirit. Okay, we got Knight of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Once again, this is telling me about enterprises, new business ventures. I think this is something that you have been wanting to do for a while. Something that actually could be very promising. I feel like in some ways you may have already seen some results in this area, but the thing that's holding you back from this is not having a proper plan. You may be going into things quite willy-nilly and not really setting your foundation accurately, which could be a reason and why you are feeling maybe unready for this change that needs to be made or this new chapter that's coming in. I feel like this has to do with communication. This may be something that involves speaking or communication in some way. But yeah, there's a sense of flying into it. Just maybe this is something that just came to you kind of recently, although I feel like for a lot of you this is something that you've been on and off thinking about for a while, but maybe the actual je ne sais quoi just came to you very recently, and you now are kind of spirits dropping little bombs in your head, little visions, planting little seeds to be like, this is actually what you need to do to get there, which I think before maybe you didn't exactly know. And I think there's something holding you back from thinking that you can actually achieve these goals, but you clearly need a change. I think that something feels very toxic to you, and it is actually, it's keeping you down. And I don't think that that's good for anybody. I truly feel that this may be a really big step that you need to take, but I think that it would be incredibly beneficial to you and your well-being and spiritual and creative health to make this change, to take this time to make this difference in your life, to maybe move in a new direction when it comes to this career field. Now, if this is not a career field, this could also be wanting to explore new options sexually or in a relationship. I think that maybe you're getting tired of being with someone that is making you feel down, and I feel as though you're getting ready to maybe communicate that you need some sort of ending here, and you're kind of getting excited about the new prospects that are coming into your life. Keep in mind though that we don't want to do any useless rebounding. I mean, well, the funny thing is, most of the time I feel like rebounding is kind of negative, but for some reason here it's like I'm feeling like maybe it might even be good for you to just get out there. Obviously do so responsibly. With the Knight of Swords, I just want to say be sexually responsible as well, because that Ace of Wands, there's a lot of attraction and charged up energy there. But definitely you're being handed by Spirit this new adventure to go in, whether that be financially or with love, or just some creative passion project that's going to really feed your soul. And the fact that you've been very hesitant about it is, I think, the thing that's holding you back. But there will be balance that comes from this situation. In fact, you're going to meet someone very special along your path soon. Could be a water sign female, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or someone who has many of these traits, someone who is very healing to you, someone who is very nurturing, and maybe even a bit magnetic, mysterious, sensual. There may be someone that you could be soon having a union with because of taking this step in the right direction. Now there's always going to be someone watching your every move, you know what I mean? And there could also be some gossip about this new direction in which you choose to take. But I am seeing it as very positive. I mean, most of this reading, we have major arcana in it, which means that this is going to be a very important aspect of your life to pay attention to. See if anyone's home. This is going to be a very important aspect of your life to pay attention to when it comes to moving forward. Because this is going to be influential in a type of pivotal moment that will be taking place in your life that may even just help put you on the brand new trajectory that you've been looking for a really long time after possibly a really hard time. You are the magician here. You have everything that you need within you to create what it is that you need to create. I think that you just really need to plan a little bit better. You kind of already have the drive within, because it's not even that you need to plan, because it's the process rather that it is that you need to plan, like how to grow a successful business, how to approach this new career path in your life, to kind of cross your T's and dot your I's, get your foundation correctly, how to possibly approach this new chapter in your life when it comes to dating. Keep your wits about you. Don't just fly into anything, have another failed relationship. Not really what this is about. This inspiration, you don't want it to be wasted thinking and being stuck in your head, because right now it's definitely time to move. There is I'm being guided to say that there are some transits right now that are very helpful to you, that I think are starting to really inspire and make it so that you make the right moves at the right time, so you can get to where you need to go. And the scales will be balanced for you. There's definitely some sort of karmic blessing that's coming in when you decide to do this. There's a brand new door in front of you. Are you going to walk through it? Because Spirit is urging you to do so. This is something that you've been wanting to do for a really long time. I'm going to pull from this energy oracle deck, the energy archaeology, is it? I forget. It's such a beautiful deck. Yeah, energy archaeology. It's all the skeletal system. It's gorgeous, by this girl named Ashley Stinson. I think she's Australian. Oh, these are just beautiful. I'll show you. But we're going to pull an energy oracle message to kind of end off this reading with some advice, even though I think it was very clear that the advice was that you need to start really making a plan because, for protection here. Protection at the bottom of the deck. Like, look at that, the rib cage. You want to protect this beautiful seed in which you would like to grow into this successful change that your soul has so desperately been craving for the last little while. You do not want to let any infestations or any little bugs touch the seed when it's in its germination process. You want to water it accordingly. You want to make sure that the pot isn't too dry. You want to keep an eye on it. You want to whisper beautiful things to the plant as it's growing and your intentions, so that when it grows, it is truly rooted in nothing but well wishes, purity, and beauty, for it to grow to its very best. So here we have listening and transform. So yeah, like listening to that inner voice that's telling you, okay, it's time to make this move now. Don't sit and think about it any longer. Let's start to really try to build that thing. Now is the time to really move forward. Now is the time to transform. With the death card, the transformation element was very present. That's further solidified within this reading. It's time for you to step into that next stage of your life when it comes to this thing. You need to very much so listen to yourself more than others at this time. Of course, take guidance and, advice from other people in a successful position that relate to whatever field it is or whatever thing that you're doing. But like I said, the information and the downloads that you've been getting about this thing are actually really going to be what helps you the most in flourishing this, because you've got your unique perspective on it, and that's the thing that's going to add that flavor. So yeah, definitely time to transform. If I have a look here, if I just see it, because the T, yeah, the T come before. Yeah, I mean, when this card is out of balance, this deals with doubt and self-sacrificing. I mean, are you sacrificing something else for this dream because you feel you have to, because you doubt yourself, because you should not? Right next to the transform card, we've got the Magician. Like, are you ready to pull a rabbit out of your ass because you're going to have the audience shook? Because now's the time. And I said ass specifically because most of the time it gets pulled out of a hat, but not this time, because you've got tricks up your sleeve. You thought I was going to say ass, didn't you? No. But yeah, I mean, it's time. It's absolutely time. You carry the energy to transform yourself here, and it's very, very prominent. Don't let people, naysayers, get in the way. Do not let self-doubt get in the way right now. Because this is something I think that is really beautiful, and you can really start to see results if you just plan a little bit and just take the smart moves. You will see yourself show up in the space that you want to. Give yourself 6 months. Give yourself 6 months to do this, and come back and tell me if everything that I just said in this reading is not the truth. If you really give it that 6 months time. Heck, it might, for some of you, I almost said 3 months. It might even only take 3 months for you to see results. Like, why wouldn't you want to just at least give it a try? We spend so much of our time doing things that we don't want to do, just because we think we should, that it's just like, you're going to have that thing, whatever it is, whether it's a new career path, love, whatever that is. Whatever that is, it's time. You're going to be a brand new biatch. Okay, or been at. Okay, so yeah, that was pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my pile 2s. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more readings soon. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so pile 2 with this yummy burnt Palo Santo. Let's see what your reading is. Please, Spirit, please clear me from energy number 1 and move on to energy number 2 here for my collective, the Snake Petal Gang. And please allow me to relay these messages to them in a way that is very truthful and straightforward to help them understand. All right, pile 2, what's up? Your guys' energy is a little bit more floaty, if that makes sense. Have a lot of you maybe not been feeling very grounded lately? Okay, we got a little bit of the same energy here in pile 1. If you were drawn to pile 1, this might be interesting too. This is a little bit 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, and the Death card. We're going to pull that as one pile. We've got the Star card at the bottom. Aquarius energy. Pile 2s. What are my pile 2s doing here in my collective? What do they need to know? What do my pile 2s need to know, Spirit? Okay. I think there's some tension going on here. Pile 2s. What do my pile 2s need to know, Spirit? All right. All right. The energy feels... I think a lot of you are dissociating from your regular life. I think you've got something going on here where you feel animosity from someone in your life. You can't really put your finger on what it is. you don't know how to get out of it. You've been considering walking away from this individual. I mean, the message is very clear here. This could involve parental figures, as I literally see the mother and father cards here. But this could also involve competition within something that you're trying to grow here, or people attacking something that you're trying to grow. If that makes sense. This could be involving a Scorpio, a Libra, a Taurus, a Capricorn, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of swords here. It gives a lot of confusion and pain. I feel like you have been dissociating quite a bit from your life because of the hurt that has been present. And I'm so sorry that you're going through this, because this feels like you don't know how to feel. You thought that maybe someone was on your team, but it's like every which way you turn, there's this element of competition. There's maybe fake smiles. There's maybe trying to do something that you do, trying to outdo you. And I think it hurts because this person is someone that you feel like you shouldn't have to feel that way around, because you are offering a very wholesome type of love to this individual, I think. But it seems as though they're never really happy for you. And some of you may even feel like this person maybe delights in your pain, in your pains. You feel as though they think it's funny that you're hurting. So here's the thing. Some of you could be experiencing this with someone in your life. And some of you could also be experiencing this from within. You could feel as though you cannot seem to get out of your own way when it comes to feeling feelings of jealousy, competitiveness, and animosity towards those around you that maybe are doing better than you, or in your eyes, you want something that they have, and you are unable to stop yourself from repeating this vicious cycle of acting out in ways or projecting onto people because of this. And if that is something that you're going through, just know that we've all been there. I've been there before. I remember when I was like extremely jealous of people. When I was, in my late teens, early 20s, I felt like I always had to be the one winning. I needed to be the best at everything. And if someone did something better than me, then suddenly what I had to offer was irrelevant. And I mean, it's not true. Like, it's such an illusion. With the 8 of Swords here, and the 10 of Swords, this is a lot of pain, but in order to be able to recognize when we do things like this, we need to go through it first. And the thing that I will say about some of you that may be experiencing this is that you're like pushing through to the final stage, the end stage of this type of energy before you completely kind of switch out of it. Because I think now you're being able to recognize, like, okay, this is something that these feelings are very prevalent. They're very heavy. But now you're recognizing yourself doing it, and I think you're starting to genuinely feel bad about why you're doing it. My best advice here is to just focus on yourself. When you find yourself focusing too much on what other people have and feeling jealous and sending evil eye to other people, go within. Focus and nurture yourself, because the only reason you feel that way is because you feel like you don't have something to offer, or you don't have your own gifts, which everyone does. I mean, it just takes some time to find them, to figure out what they are. Yeah, if this doesn't resonate with you, then I guess it's just really not your pile. But it's like, for a lot of you, if you're dealing with this from someone, it's becoming very toxic to the point where it's really starting to get to you. It's starting to make you feel literally ill, because you feel trapped, because this person is someone that you maybe see as some sort of safe haven, but they keep hurting you, and lashing out at you, projecting onto you, and treating your relationship as if it's some sort of competition to one up each other. And I think that that's starting to affect you, that you're considering moving away from this individual, choosing a new direction, because when you're open to stuff like that, it's like you can't help people unless they can help themselves. And as much as you have good intentions, if someone is continuously projecting onto you, like, I even feel like this is starting to affect your legacy. This is starting to maybe affect your work. This is starting to affect your ability to grow. This is starting to affect the way in which your opportunities, I think, because it's kind of feeling like a poison to your system. It's starting to make you feel like you can't have any good news without, you're starting to feel like you can't even share good news with this person, because A, they'll feel some type of way about it, take it as an attack, or B, they'll try to steal your ideas and use them for themselves. Now, that's heavy and BS. Like, honestly, if you ask me, I would recommend that you, like, I see you here planning, taking steps towards moving out of this energy, planning to move away as best as you possibly can. Maybe there's some situation in which you can't gracefully move away. Maybe this is a partner, a spouse, a roommate, a best friend, someone that you live with, someone that you see every day, a boss. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you're starting to take plans to be able to switch up this type of energy into something that's going to start working for you. But right now, it most definitely is not. And I will not lie, this energy is very heavy. And I think a lot of you right now are in the trenches. I do see that many of you look very vibrant and beautiful at this time. And if this is about yourself, I am seeing that you're starting to if this is about yourself, you're starting to choose a new direction instead of acting this way towards the people around you. Because it's, stuff like that is a knife. And it's not healthy for anybody involved. And it's certainly not an easy thing to go through. But if this is someone in your life that's doing this to you, you need to make plans to, contain your energy a bit more. Do not be so open and giving to this person if they're going to taint your energy in this way. Because I think that maybe they think that you can't tell, but you obviously can. That's the thing with spiritual people. They see it. They see it clearly. And I think that's why it hurts you so much, because, you just wish things were different, but you can't always, people move at their own pace, and that's just the way it is. I would say it looks to me like you're already on your way to focusing on maybe growing something for yourself, and moving in a new direction when it comes to this individual or even these ways of self, because they are keeping you very stuck, and it's starting to really affect you in a negative way. And that's not fair. So, definitely do what it is you have to do. The time is coming here. I think you're just at a space where you're really starting to realize, like, damn, this person really doesn't want to see me thrive. This person really doesn't want to see me grow. This person, for whatever reason, does not feels threatened by my happiness. And that's just an unhealthy place to be in with anybody. And so some days you just wake up and you realize, okay, that's the reality of the situation. As sad as it is, what am I going to do about it? And I think you realize that you need to put more focus into yourself, move in a new direction away from this person, focus on your own empire, things growing within yourself. And some of you, if these are aspects of yourself, it's about doing the necessary shadow work to actually get out of this space, because this type of energy is honestly embarrassing to have. And the only reason that I can say this is because I used to have it too. And the way that we project, thinking that other people don't see it, it's very clear to everyone else around you what's happening. So if you think that other people aren't catching the little sly things that you're doing, you know what I mean? They are. And it just makes you look unevolved. And it makes you look insecure. So, and I'm really sorry if this is harsh. Like, I don't really know how to relay information without being blunt. Because I think for me, that's the best way that I take it in. And I'm not even doing this in a hurtful way. I'm just being factual about it. Like, that's the way that you come off to people when you act that way. And like, you can act like you don't all you want, but everyone around you sees it and they're going to act accordingly to how you're acting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, fix that ish. You got to do some serious shadow work if that's you. You have to really put love into yourself. Stop fixating on the negative things about you and start fixating on what is awesome about you. What can you grow for yourself? Take your eyes off other people's fries. Do not even look at their meal. Okay? We don't care what anyone else is eating. We're at the restaurant. We just got there. We're looking at the menu. We're starving. Okay, what do you feel like? There's a few seconds until the waitress shows up. What do you feel like? Search that menu. Know what you're going to order when she gets there so you don't have to make her wait. Her or him. I don't know if that analogy was good, but like, you got it. Yeah, geez, let's pull some advice from the Energy Oracle deck by Ashley Stinson. Such a good deck. Activating. Boom. And rest. Aww. And stability underneath. Well, here we go. So here's the thing. For both of you, I only got 2 pretty clear messages here. For the people who are experiencing this with someone else in your life, this type of energy is activating a strength within you that's going to help propel you forward. Hate to say it, also, it's true. It sucks when somebody does stuff to us that hurts us, but it's making you see the reality of the world that no, not everyone is going to be happy for you, no matter how much you have genuine love for them or you try to lead the way or you try to show up with authenticity. Some people are not ready to experience you in your full essence. It threatens them. It threatens them. And that doesn't mean that you need to shrink yourself to make other people feel comfortable. Be yourself. Continue to shine. Grow even bigger. Because when this person comes around, they will see you as an inspiration and not a threat. If they actually do their shadow work, what is necessary, they will see you as an inspiration, not a threat. And you don't need to attack this person. You just need to focus on your own bag here. And, like, people love to copy. People love to take other people's ideas and use them for their own and stuff like that. And it's just what they do sometimes when people have good ideas. That's why you need to keep your opinions close to your chest. Like, I feel like this has been a long one. We are not going to share everything with everyone because not everyone needs to know. Like me personally, I don't even tell people half the shit I'm doing because a lot of people aren't happy for you. They'll project onto you, put evil eye onto it, curse your intentions, and then you're going to have a way harder time doing it. So zip it. Don't tell anyone. Only tell people you trust. Do it. And then talk about it when the thing has already come to fruition. I truly think that's the most important thing. But yeah, there's an activation taking place here within you and within this other person. So both of you are being activated. We always come into each other's lives to change certain things, activate certain things, help us see certain things. And both of you will leave this with an activation, whatever this is. And I truly hope that the person who's doing this stuff to you sees the error in their ways, changes it. You know what I mean? Like we all had to do. I had to do it. Do you think I'm happy looking back and thinking how embarrassing it was to be jealous of people that like were cool? You know what I mean? Like, because I just wanted so bad to have what they had. But like at that time, I didn't see my own shine. So of course I'm gonna, but it's just such icky energy. Like you don't get much that way. This is how you struggle because it's very like it's very clingy and like it's just like a bad energy to have. So you want to get out of that, and it's certainly not easy, but you can a little bit at a time. And if this is you, you're activating these new steps forward. You're activating the magic within self here to be able to find your gifts and your own talents, to soar. Like with the rest here, see that pearl on the inside, that shining pearl. Like that's what you got inside of you that you seem to forget. You seem to think that everybody else's shell, like everybody has every shell, well, I don't know if every shell, but like most shells have a pearl on the inside. So, if you're that particular shell, and let's say you're in a place where it's like prime pearl picking, just stay with me. If you're in that space and you see that all the other shells have pearls and yours is closed, but you're doubting that you have a pearl too, why do you think you don't have a pearl even though everyone else does? Like you think you're just going to open up, there's going to be nothing in there? And so you're like, fuck, I see they opened up, they got their pearl. I guess that's a nice pearl, whatever. Actually, what does that pearl look like? Maybe I can get a pearl like that. And is there any pearls around I could grab so I can shove it in me? Oh my god. Spirit is not serious. Or I'm not, but you know what I mean? It's like you have your own pearl in there. Okay? What are you tripping on? It's give it time to flourish, to open. Like a lot of you, depending on what placements you have, a lot of Capricorn and Aquarius placements, which I did see Capricorn energy in here. It takes a long time for them to grow into themselves because their Saturn, if Saturn is heavily aspected in your chart, you could take a really long time to flourish because most of the time those individuals don't feel their best in their life until they're like 30s to 40s. So like those are the best times of their life kind of thing. So, keep that in mind if you have those placements. But this is definitely an activation for you to grow. You're being urged to grow through this. Do not revert back to self-doubt and projection on others. Do not revert back to that. We're past that now. Once you recognize what it is you're doing, you have no choice but to grow. Because at that point, we can get away with things in life and not be punished karmically somewhat if we don't know what we're doing when we're doing it unconsciously. But the minute that we recognize what it is we're doing and we keep doing it, you get major karmic punishments for that. Okay? And do you want to be dragged? Or do you want to walk? I want to walk. Okay? I've been dragged. I've had to be dragged through most of my life. Basically, I just started walking, if we're going to compare. Okay? So you're in your toddler stage here. You with the walking thing, I don't know. But yeah, you want to walk and your spirit is urging you to walk. We all have shadow work to do. We'll never end. It will never stop. None of us can ever be essentially perfect. I don't know, when it comes to enlightenment and things like that, I think we reach a certain state, but like it takes a lot to get there because we are all born with and born into families that really sometimes hurt us. We have, experiences in society that sometimes greatly affect us. It chips away, it cuts at you, and you have to relearn balance and what it feels to be pure again. And that's something that we're all dealing with. And we all have our things. And don't think that just because you've got a problem, it makes you any less of a human or it makes you bad. It doesn't. We all suck in our own ways. We all do things that suck. The thing is, when you start to recognize what it is that you're doing, you need to change that. And that's the whole thing. That's what I call being spiritual because, you're making those changes. You're making evolutionary changes. You're not going to show up perfect, and you wouldn't want to because you're not going to understand the value of those lessons if you do not have any issues. So I hope that was clear. I feel like that was a really long one. We went off on a bit of a tangent, but I think I just needed to say it. I could have been babbling. I really don't know. But thank you for listening, and I hope pile 2, I hope pile 2 that was insightful for you, and you can use that to help yourself grow. No shame in the game. No shame in the game at all. We all deal with stuff like that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back. Peace and blessings. All right, pile 3. Smell me here. Spirit, please clear my energy from pile 2 so that I can give pile 3's reading accurately. All right, pile 3. Pile 3, let's see. What message do my pile 3s need? Oh, right. If you chose this Mystic Merlinite, this tiny Mystic Merlinite, it was bigger and they were raw. And me and my mom put them into a thingy-majig, a rock smoother. I know that's not it, but that's okay. And it turned out that small. I wanted them to be a little bit bigger, but it's okay. It's okay. Still does the trick. Really great for are you guys like trying to do like dream stuff right now? Because this is a really cool one for dream magic, Mystic Merlinite. I like to keep some by my bedside and like under my pillow and stuff. And I do find that it does make me have really cool dreams. Also, if you have some blue kyanite with this, pretty sure, or is it aquamarine? One of those two with the Mystic Merlinite, it can help you recall past lives as well. That might be something that you've been thinking about lately. Just a sign. All right, pile 3, Spirit. What does my pile 3 need to know right now? We've got Queen of Swords. Ooh, that one came out. Got the Hierophant. I like it. Who's exploring spiritual practices on this page? Not on this page. Not here. Okay. Sarcasm. Pile 3. What do you need to know? 4 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. 9 of Swords. All right. Firstly, is anyone having nightmares? Is anybody having nightmares? The sign I'm seeing here is for Taurus. You may be having insomnia. Okay, this is a very, very side message, but for some of you, I am thinking that a lot of you may be having sleep paralysis, maybe having nightmares. I'm all for like spiritual things. But what I will say is when I had the most sleep paralysis, I was struggling internally with some psychological things that I was dealing with. Like I had, there was a boyfriend that I had cheated on. Yes, former city girl over here. But yeah, there was someone that I had cheated on and I hadn't told him. And I had sleep paralysis for like, I think it was like 3 months straight, like every night. Like I didn't even want to sleep. And I will say that if there is something that you're going through where you have done something to go against your moral compass, and you have not spoken about it or you have not made it right, sleep paralysis can oftentimes occur until you work those things out within yourself. Now, for some of you, obviously, sometimes it's spell work. I don't like to talk too much about that because I obviously believe in spell work and stuff like that, but I think that if we think that it's spell work too much, we can also harm ourselves when we shouldn't. Oh, one more thing. You might want to get a gargoyle. You might want to get a couple stone gargoyles. Here. I love you. So I got 2 stone gargoyles. See? I got another one. You can protect these. You can, program these to stop entities from coming into your space while you're sleeping. And this is something that is very important. Now, I'm on a tangent here. Before, I'm obviously channeling. All you have to do is get your gargoyles, pray on them kind of thing, like program them to protect your space, protect your astral body while you're sleeping, and they will like chase anything away. Like they're like guard dogs for you. So that is something that's cool that you could try. Just like letting you know. But I think they do have to be stone. And another thing, oh no, I had it. There was another thing I was going to tell you about dreams and dream protection. I'm so sorry. My ADHD or whatever's wrong with me. Like it just goes in and out. But the gargoyle thing is cool. You should definitely check that out if that's something that you're struggling with right now. I think that you may benefit from that. Oh yeah, I remember now. So if in your dreams, when you're having nightmares and things like that, I had seen somewhere, if people are feeding you food and you're eating it in your dreams, you shouldn't consume food in your dreams. Typically that means that someone is trying to send you a type of energy that your astral body is consuming. Now, I have a really hard time with this because I love to eat. So in my dreams, I will eat food, and I've been trying to actively stop. Also, if there are people in your dreams that you're having a lot of sex with, that as well is more energy taking on the astral realm. You can even create astral entities and babies and stuff with entities who will appear to you as someone else. When in fact they're not that individual's spirit or anything. It's actually something else. They look completely different. So just keep that in mind. Just a couple little things to drop there, a little bit of knowledge to just let you know before we get into the reading, because we transferred off into the dream thing and I just felt like it was necessary to drop some of that. So so the reading here. I think this pile has got a lot to do with spiritual hygiene, spiritual boundaries. I think that you are spending a lot of time hyperfixating on things, wasting time emotionally on things that are draining and taking from your energy. I'm seeing a real need to get very strategic with your spiritual practices to help cleanse. Like a lot of you really need to cleanse yourself. It's very important to do this daily. And I am guilty of also not doing it. But I had seen someone say, like, when you're in this line of work and things like that, if you're not someone who's going to be able to keep up this daily stuff, especially when it comes to working with deities and things like that, this is maybe just something that you shouldn't be doing, because you can really cause yourself a lot of damage in the spiritual realm if you're partaking in things like this and you're not actively clearing your energy. And I think I would know this firsthand because I think that some of my struggles are due to certain things like this, if we're being totally honest. But that being said, I think that the message right now for you is that you really need to spiritually cleanse, because I think that there's something that's draining your energy here, whether that be somebody just like sending negative thoughts at you, or spiritually you're just being pulled in too many directions without actually giving a wipe down. Like the amount of energies that we come into contact with every day. And on top of this, if you're actually dabbling in the spiritual realm like this, excuse me, yeah, you need to cleanse. Like when I burp and things in readings, I know that it's like a sign that negative energy needs to come out. So I'm really getting that with this. You could even be at the point where you feel as though you just don't have enough money right now. You are struggling financially. And I think it's because at the foundation, your etheric body and your energy body is weakened right now because you're not partaking in your spiritual hygiene. Like you are pouring from an empty cup right now, emotionally and spiritually, because here's the thing. Don't take this as me being like, you ain't shit, because that's not at all where I'm going. You're very powerful. With the Hierophant here, you have very, very strong connections to the spiritual realm. And if you can see these two crows, the way they're like side-eyeing at the bottom, your spirit team is like, they're looking at you, like side-eyeing you, being like, are they for real? Because these are things you need to do. You need to cleanse. And I think that Spirit's been trying to tell you about what's been going on, and you've just kind of been ignoring it for whatever reason, just because I think that you're kind of in a bit of a low vibration right now. And I think it's because of a lot of the pain and emotions that you feel that are incredibly heavy. And that happens. Like, it's not easy out here. We are literally in a spiritual war right now. I feel it every day. It's all over. We need to really pay attention to our spiritual hygiene and the things that we are taking in, putting out, but also the ways in which we are protecting ourselves. Like, this is screaming spiritual protection to me right now. And this is a bit of an intuitive download, but I'm feeling it. You are much more powerful than you realize. You possibly have some serious spiritual knowledge within you that can be extremely beneficial, but also like a unique way of looking at things to express to the world around you. Like, I really feel like this pile are like some very serious spiritual teachers, spiritual healers, but you could just be going through a very hard time right now, and you haven't reached your full potential. And I think that part of this reason is because you're not really being spiritually responsible, if you will. Like, you know what I mean? We still have to be responsible, even though it's spirituality. The only reason that you would think you don't is probably because it's not like a everyday job, you know? But like, there are processes and laws to things like math or any other job that you're going to go to. You know what I mean? You want to clean your home or keep your area clean and stuff. Like, you also want to do that with your spiritual body. So that's a big message that I'm seeing coming through, because you guys are stuck right now. And this is where you need to be vigilant. Like, but everywhere around you is spiritual help. Like, you're in no way misinformed. You're just missing this one thing, this one little big thing. And once you do that, I think you're going to see your finances improve. Then if you're having nightmares or trouble sleeping, that's going to go away. You're going to get way more downloads. You're going to receive very intense spiritual messages. And I even feel like love is going to come back into your life. If you've been struggling with feeling accepted by others or in the love department, I even feel like that may be coming back into your life, because there's an aspect of negative thinking, stinking thinking. I'm going to share my cat. That has been going on in your life. And I think that that's been playing a part in your love life as well. To me, I feel as though you're very discouraged right now, because things are just not popping the way they used to. Things are just not going how you thought they would. And a lot of that is because you're letting people take from you involuntarily. But the way that things are nowadays, it's like you need to be vigilant about it, because otherwise you'll be so exhausted, so drained, you will not have a pot to piss in. Like, it's just true. And that's something that came forward very strongly in this reading. And so that's the message that I have for you. I don't really have, I mean, yeah, like some of you, there's this new renewal for spiritual knowledge. Like, there's a spiritual thirst that is coming back in. But not only that, I think a lot of you could start to realize that you just like know how to do things, and you don't even like remember learning them or anything like that when it comes to like spiritual practices. Like, you're just like with it. And that's because you're activating a past life way about you, I think, now. And this is something that you did in a past life, so you automatically know. But with the great power comes a great responsibility. And right now is not the time to just let the chips fall where they may, because where they may is gonna hurt. And look at the state of the world right now. The things that are going on in the world right now, like, this is seriously crazy. Not to mention Pluto is wrapping up its 15-year cycle. Like, literally in like a week to 2 weeks. Like, there is a big energies at hand. And Oh boy. Honestly, some of you in this pile these are the heavy hitter, like magicians, sorcerers, witches, warlocks. These are the spiritual teachers. And I just think, don't get down on yourself. Like, you're the shit. It's just, you aren't accurately cleansing your spirit and soul. And it's allowing for people to drain your energy. And so you can't really do much. You can't even attract very much because everything's being pulled away from you as we speak. So just keep that in mind. Definitely get some gargoyles. Take a cleansing bath. Do some spell. Do some fire magic. Light a candle. Protect oneself daily. Veil. Do what it is you have to do to stop the infiltrators from coming in and scooping out pieces of you to eat. God, so expressive. But yeah, that's the message I'm getting here. Like, it's not like you don't know these things though. Like, a lot of you know, you've just been choosing to ignore it. So please, I urge you to take action. I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to see this energy because it's not fair to you, and it's also not fair to the collective of people that you're supposed to be healing. So if you want to think of it that way too, it's like you were put here to share a certain message and you're not doing it, it's affecting other people too. I don't think you realize the way in which your light and good heart and knowledge changes people's lives. And for you to sit there and not take it seriously, well, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, you're doing others a disservice. And when I looked down at the clock just a few seconds ago, it was at 1:44. Need I say more? Yeah. An hour, 1 minute, and 44 seconds. So the chosen one in this pile are here. And don't forget, you've been chosen for a reason. You need to do what you got to do. You have a great power and it comes with a great responsibility. Like, I don't make the rules and neither do you. And so if you don't follow them though, these universal laws, now's the time. You're going to get wrecked. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. I don't want to see my Snake Petal Collective be drained by, energies that don't deserve to even be within 10 feet of them. I don't know if that was very spiritual to say, but not particularly don't deserve, but just get the dusty hands off my chosen ones. Keep your hands in your own pile and let them flourish. Stop trying to take. Stop trying to, it's like, I feel like what's happening to you right now is people are just taking a straw to your aura and just literally sucking it in. And if you don't do your practices, that's what's happening all day. And where does your aura go, or your etheric body, your energy body? It's being depleted each day, and you're just sitting there just like those 90s commercials with the girl who tried drugs and she's like flattened on the couch. Like, that's basically what I feel like the pile 3 is going through. But it's okay because you're going to bring it back up. Just a few spiritual protection rituals. You'll be ready to snap back. Keep it up. Feed your altars. Do the things that you need to do to help yourself, help others in the spiritual realm get back on track, because the time is nigh. Okay, so for the advice. Responsibility. Don't even play right now. Expectation. And potential at the bottom. Okay, spirit is just coming through. Whoa, I almost just felt my seat's a little wobbly, so. Responsibility, that's what I'm saying. This is just further confirming. You're being a bit spiritually irresponsible. Okay? It happens. We're all living, thriving, growing, trying to thrive here, and I don't know, Spirit is, here with his finger up, as above, so below. Like, you need to follow the spiritual universal laws to help give yourself an advantage. This energy is carrying scales on their back, right? And they have a responsibility to carry those through their journey. They could just throw them off, I guess. I guess you could just throw those off your back, but it wouldn't feel right. It looks as though they're like, kind of just like drilled into his back. And some of us have these responsibilities, and yeah, it's a bit of an extra burden, but you're chosen to help light up the rest of the world here. And, are you going to answer the call or not? Like, there is a certain level of expectation when you are gifted with these type of things. And sometimes we just want to lay down and die because we can get rocked by the universe, but you're chosen. You can't just lay down and die, bro. People need you. I need you. We need you. We need you to be out there and shining. And we want you to be healthy and your best self. And we don't want people to just be draining you left, right, and center because you're essentially letting them by not taking part in your spiritual hygiene. You have so much potential. That potential with this cup is absolutely overflowing. It's dripping. It's dripping out. And, you know what time it is. I think I've said enough. I feel like I've been very clear with this reading. I got one specific message. I gave you guys a little bit of advice when it comes to protecting your area. And yeah, you guys are gifted here in pile 3. It's very important that you continue to be spiritually responsible. Okay. And I know most of you know that, but don't go around hexing people just because, like, you'll get your karma for that. It's unnecessary. Like, oh, someone took your seat in the bus, so you're going to hex them. I don't think any of my collective is like that. Personally, I don't, because I just never identified with that. It's not something I've ever done. I've never hexed anyone. I've never had to, especially being Saturn/Uranus ruled. It's like, no, I certainly don't have to. But I do have responsibility when it comes to those things, and I can't be willy-nilly just out here doing whatever. Neither can you. Okay, you have to protect yourself. You have to cleanse your space. You need to cleanse your body. If you're taking part in any of this spiritual activity, you need to be vigilant with your processes. Okay, I feel like that was just like such a straight message. Now, I probably rambled a bit. I might have said the same thing like a million times, but I just wanted to get the message across. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this message stuck out to you. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next reading. Mwah. Oh, also, if you want to buy any Mystic Merlinite, reach out to me because I have like a bunch of them. They're just in raw form, but yeah, let me know. I'll sell you some. See ya.